Quilting Background in the Edit toolbox will add one of 5 different types of quilting backgrounds to a design. Notice that the design does not have to be selected for Quilting Background to be highlighted. Click on Quilting Background and set your parameters for the quilting. Proportional sizing is checked by default. You can uncheck it if you wish to generate rectangular quilting. You can also change the size of the block. There are 5 different types of quilting. We'll look at each one of these types. For the first design, select Echo Quilting. Echo Quilting generates parallel rows of quilting around a design. Next, change any of the parameters for the stitching. The design margin is the distance the quilting will be from the design. The block margin will be the distance the quilting is from the block size, and line spacing is the distance between the quilting. I'm going to swipe across this and enter 3 millimeters. Remember to use mm behind the measurement if you want to use a metric measurement. You can select the color. Use Design Center is selected by default. Click OK, and the quilting will be generated around the design. If you don't like the quilting, select Undo, click on Quilting Background. You can change the line spacing to 5 millimeters, for example, and click OK. The quilting will be regenerated. Let's look at the other types of quilting. I'm going to undo that and select Quilting Background again. This time we'll select Scroll Quilting. Scroll quilting begins at a point and stitches continuously around the design, while Echo Quilting stitches the parallel rows. So with Echo Quilting, you're going to have more starts and stops. Let's change the line spacing this time to 3 millimeters and click OK. You can see that there are little bits and pieces, and if you want to delete these, you have to ungroup the quilting, and then you can select those bits and pieces and delete those. Let's undo until we get back to our original design, go back to Quilting Background, and this time select Echo Clipped. When the type of quilting is clipped, there is no border square around the quilting lines. The lines just generate to the edge of the block. You can choose either Echo Clipped or Scroll Clipped. Let's first choose Echo Clipped. I also want to point out that the design size is given, and that will help you choose your parameters for stitching. Click OK, and you can see that the lines generate out to the edge without creating a square block around the quilt block. Undo that. This time let's choose Scroll Clipped and change the line spacing to 5 millimeters and click OK. Once again, the scroll clipping just generates out to the edge of the design. The last type of quilting is called stipple. And stipple, of course, is going to generate a stippling design around the quilting. Remember to change the distance between the stippling stitches. It is the line spacing that you would change. For this next design, I'm going to eliminate the designs around the center design and select Digitize Center. This is used to create an off-center design. Click OK, and an outline appears where you can place the design as desired. When you like the arrangement, click on the design to activate the stitching, and you have created off-center quilting. As you can see, there are many different ways to create your quilted embroidery designs.